The presidency will be spending 4.6 billion naira on travels, computers and vehicles in 2020. 4.6 billion naira represents allocation to Osun and Akwa Ibom states in January 2019. President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo will spend 3.32 billion naira on foreign and local trips tagged Travel and Transport General under the State House President and State House Vice President. For the President, 775.6 million naira will be expended on local travel and transport, while 1.75 billion naira will be spent on international travel and transport, totaling 2.5 billion naira.
That said, the respective heads of MDAs must ensure strict adherence to government regulations regarding expenditure control measures.
President Muhammadu Buhari's frequent travels have raised concern locally and internationally about his state of health and ability to be home and run the country. However, under the office of the Vice President, 283.9 million naira was earmarked for local transport and travel, while 517 million naira is planned to be spent on international travel and transport, a total of nearly 801 million naira.
And it looks like the president himself has come to the realization that most of those foreign trips are actually not helpful to Nigeria, which is the reason why he has introduced a rash of preconditions for foreign travels by his ministers, which to so many of us does not really matter. It's just like a drop in the ocean. You know, if the president wants to, some people are beginning to interpret it to mean that Mr. President wants to scale down on the cost of governance.
The 3.32 billion naira for travels by the president and his vice is separate from the 182 million naira allocation on travels, both local and international, for the State House headquarters. In the 2019 budget, a total of 1.3 billion naira was allocated for the foreign and local trips of the president and the vice president, 1 billion naira for the president and 301.03 million naira for the vice president. The travel budget for the president and his vice has been on the increase since 2015. For instance, President Buhari embarked on 30 foreign trips in 2015 and 16. The worrying aspect is that most of the foreign trips embarked upon by the president do not translate to the growth of the economy.
With all the foreign trips that Mr. President have embarked upon since 2015 to date, it is within this period that we noticed that Nigerians were even sold into slavery in Libya. So we begin to ask, what is the sense of Nigeria spending a lot of our resources that should have been used to develop our local economy in a globe-trotting presidency? It does not make any. It doesn't make any rational sense.
While the president has ordered a reduction in foreign travels for ministers and heads of agencies, is this policy going to be extended to the presidency?
Well, Mr. President launched a social mobilization maxim which says, "The change begins with me." So if he believes in his campaign for change, he introduced one of the first things he introduced when he came into office was that sing-song of "Change begins with me." So let the change begin with Mr. President. If you want your ministers to curtail their foreign travels, then Mr. President, let this change begin with you.
It could help to a certain extent, but when they slash it, what are they going to use the money for? Because again, it's not just about slashing. If we take a budget line and we say, okay, we slash it this way, are you putting it in infrastructure?
It was hoped that in the last term in office, President Buhari would focus on staying more at home and ensure that the battered state of the economy and insecurity are fixed. Roots TV Nigeria.